When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport, and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome. Thanks for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend who tells a friend who identifies a friend when you disguise their voice. What?
Haven't done
Never
one of these.
would know who it is.
Yeah.
Haven't done one of these in the daytime in a long time.
I know.
You're not as attractive in the daylight.
I want to thank you. Well, thanks. That's what most of the ladies say. Turn out the lights. You can be somebody else.
Turn out the lights.
I want to thank Kevin because Jameson's got a game tonight. He was asking me to go to the game, and then today is also my middle son's birthday, and tomorrow he's going to come to the game. So we were going to go to dinner afterwards, and I just run around. I said, Kevin, if we could do it at 4, it'd be great. And then all of a sudden he said to me, I got Laura to come in. I went, wow, look at this.
It's a shit meat
know.
recall.
Now, do people know that? Have we explained the nickname?
You told the story. Shit
Well, the
meat on
shit
show.
meat, but it was because I was texting with Doug at the same time.
You said that.
It was one of her
I
friends.
No.
was here. I was
No.
here.
Yes.
I had gone to a place that our mutual friends were at, and she sent you a picture.
the mutual friend that sounds like this.
Yes.
Okay.
And she sent you a picture like, oh, Laura left the podcast and came here.
Right.
And that's when Earl,
Oh, and I said she,
because
yes,
that's the
he
one of
likes
the times
white
I
meat.
had gotten the roses.
My phone autocorrected. What does that say? Because it autocorrects to what you type the most, I would
Yes.
assume. So I went to say
Often you type
digs
shit meat.
the white meat. No, the white. I think instead of white, it went to shit
Yeah.
because I probably wrote shit a lot in there, and I don't even know. I was just thinking about like work-life balance, right? Because it feels like
What's
something
that?
exactly something that I don't know that it exists, and technology keeps you 24/7. But Laura owns her own business. All right. And I don't know after doing this, and I know I'm substitute teaching, but substitute teaching, there's no boss.
Yeah.
There is literally no boss. Although they did tell me that they, I guess one lady got in trouble as a sub.
As a sub.
Well, I feel if
Mhm.
you're
I
screwing
think
around, the
subs
principal's
could
going to
get in
talk to you.
trouble. Yeah.
What's that?
still
I feel
have
like if you're going to screw around, the principal's going to talk
Yeah,
to
but
you.
they
Yeah.
don't. I don't screw around. But I went yesterday. I went in and they say, "Hey, listen, the intermediate school's really down." They text me in the morning. Do you mind going over there? I go, "Nah, I don't care." So I go over. I did a 6th class. The kids at the end of the class, I'm not even bullshitting, said to me,
Standing O?
Our teacher is pregnant. Can you be our permanent sub when she's gone?"
Aw.
Because I like play with the kids. I talk to them. I ask them who's got the longest wait outside in the cold and the wind this morning, all this stupid shit. I find out today that some other lady told them that they were rotten and awful kids. They were bad and they're on a naughty list. And they got rid of her. They go, "We can't have
Oh
you."
my
You got a 6th grade standing ovation.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, you haven't
Yeah.
got one of those in comedy. yet, but you got
No,
one for the 6th
never,
graders.
ever. 6th grade. That's where
That's
my
your
humor.
target
That's
demo.
right there. That's my
Is
humor.
this the same class that I butt dialed you?
Yesterday, I answered Laura. I go, "I'm in a 6th grade class." That was yesterday.
Yeah, it was in my pocket, and all of a sudden I hear, "But hello, hello," and
Well,
I'm
on
like
that-
standing there. I was with a Hasidic Jewish family too. And I was
Oy
like,
vey.
oh my goodness, I fucked up. I went to shake the guy's hand, and he's like, "No, we don't touch." Like I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know the rules
work
of
with a
Hasidic.
ton of Jewish families, but I
not
did
Hasidic.
not know
Yeah.
Hasidic. Yeah.
Are they
Is
the
that the one
one?
with the curl?
Yes.
Curl, she wore her hair like kept up. She's pregnant with their 6th child.
Oh wow.
I
Do they
mean,
have
yeah.
to do it through a sheet? There's some religions where they cut a hole in the sheet
Oh, I don't know.
because
They
they
have
don't-
separate beds.
because they don't touch. And I don't know the answer. Separate beds in the same
They
room.
had separate
My
beds.
grandparents
yeah.
did that, and they weren't Hasidic Jews. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny when you think about that. Just for a second, all the discipline they have. I hope they get a great afterlife.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very disciplined and
It
very
was-
focused. I
It
think
was
it's
funny
amazing.
because when the husband came home from work, I like I see a lot of insides of people's relationships and stuff because I see the family dynamic, whether people are fighting and, with kids and everything. They were like, had this cute banter going on
I'm
and
sure.
everything. And again, pregnant with their 6th child.
Yeah,
They actually like each other.
Yeah. It was cute.
I always said that Italian families and Jewish families very similar. No, seriously, like the really family oriented.
Oimingia?
Oh, God.
Well, I would say that Italians are just dumb Jews.
Yeah.
Like they're not as educated. That was the joke. But when you think about it, like
Why can't the Jews just be smart Italians?
because well, maybe because they're on their own. I mean, they run Hollywood. They got everything. It's a joke. But the family, like very family oriented, right?
Mhm.
Very caring, very loving towards the family, and maybe loud in that way. But I always thought, like, even Italian families, there were a lot of family support. Sometimes in Italian families, there was no outside babysitters. A child, if you were going out or something, was left with a relative. I always thought that was wonderful in a way.
Yeah.
No? I don't know.
I don't know. A lot of the families that I work with, specifically some of the Jewish families that I've worked with, the wives are tough and are constantly yelling at the husbands and very dominating. And
Did you hear what a Jewish woman does with her asshole in the morning?
no.
She puts a tie around it and sends it off to work. Tie around his neck, sends it off to work. That was the old joke. It's like an old, yeah.
That's why I got a standing ovation in 6th grade.
That's
today.
right. Hey, that was yesterday.
I'm the mature one at work today who had to announce as I'm working on a client. I'm like, because I'm 12, I looked at my next neighbor, go, this guy's name is Richard Butt.
Dick Butt. Now, if they,
And he, of course, chuckled too because he's a 12-year-old.
yeah, when you get your report card,
Hey.
it's butt dick.
My oncologist is Richard Moore.
Oh, you're oncologist.
My oncologist.
Wait.
Because
What?
when
Yeah.
the tumor, when they thought
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
cancer,
yeah,
I
yeah.
was with an
Remember,
oncologist.
I think we talked to it on the show, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we tried to.
and I've still had follow up.
What is
with him.
what's the deal with that? Are you all right?
You guys don't know? I haven't told you.
Oh shit.
Oh,
It-
it's
it-
crazy.
Is it good, though?
Yeah.
No, don't.
No.
Don't do that. Because
Um.
they played the bagpipes at my grandfather's, and I may start to cry.
So,
Thinking about that. What is going on?
my anesthesiologist figured out what the culprit was when I
Wait, the anesthesiologist did?
yeah,
And
'cause
how much
she,
were you paying
has
the
done
doctor?
Studies on this.
Okay, that's great.
When my mom was pregnant with me, she was pregnant with twins. I
Oh.
absorbed my twin.
Didn't Elvis do that too?
I literally absorbed my twin
Okay.
and her thyroid, because they were just so confused as to how thyroid tumor got on my ovary.
That's a thyroid tumor on your ovary.
I had an 11-centimeter thyroid tumor on my ovary. And they're like, how did thyroid travel through your body? Like undergoing all this thyroid testing, endocrinologists and everything. They couldn't figure it out. It was my twin. When I absorbed her, some of her cells
Stayed.
stayed in me.
Yeah.
It was her thyroid that has grown my entire life
On your
on
uterus?
my my
Ovary.
ovary.
Wow.
And
And you've had 2 kids.
had 2 kids, but I've never had
Uh-huh.
any like abnormal peps. I've
Oh.
never had anything that,
It's 2 times the bitch.
Wow, that's it.
So it was my twin.
What did you
It was
think?
different DNA than me.
It was?
Mhm.
Well, so what kind of I thought so it wasn't an identical twin then. Wouldn't identical twins be the same DNA or no? I don't know the answer
Yeah.
to this because I'm not smart like that.
But they
But I
said
thought
that there's
identical twins, and then there's like my cousins who are boy girl, but they're not. And I think
okay.
you can have identical there too,
Yeah.
but they're well, maybe not. That wouldn't be identical boy girl.
Yeah.
But they are. What's the other term? Which I'm
Fraternal?
forgetting. Fraternal twins.
Identical twins share almost all of the DNA, but
Yeah.
they are not exactly identical.
So I mean,
Okay.
again, you're also thinking 40 years ago there wasn't the ultrasounds, there wasn't the testing that we have nowadays for pregnancies.
Yeah,
so
sure.
my mom didn't even know she was pregnant with twins until she thought she was miscarrying one. And they went in and they're like, well, you technically like lost one baby, but there was a second baby. And she absorbed that baby.
She ate
Jesus
it.
Christ.
She
Could you
ate
imagine
it.
2 of them? We had ship meat and ship poultry.
But you would be you ate the other baby.
Yeah. So they
Get
have
in my
said,
belly.
they've said that there's probably other
The
like,
Laura ate my baby.
other masses of my twin floating in my body that
Oh,
I could
oh.
have like different DNA.
What if it was
Really?
what if it was a boy?
Yeah.
She's got a
Isn't that
baby dick
fucking
floating around in
crazy?
there somewhere.
I
No.
probably do.
Poor- yeah, it's called Joe.
I did see the very loving post that you put for Joe's birthday.
Yeah.
That was very kind of you. I saw.
Yeah.
I was really
I didn't
You
get
know.
shit for my birthday. What the hell?
It's
You got a happy birthday
oof.
Facebook message. I don't think
Yeah.
I wrote on Joe's Facebook.
No,
I mean,
you made a whole
I
thing
made
for
a
him.
post for
Made
him.
like an homage to the guy.
Yeah, he's it's a big birthday. It's 40. It's
Yeah.
like last year we were dating for his birthday, but I was in Dallas, and so like we didn't really do his birthday. So this is his first year that we did his birthday together.
Okay. All right. Things are really moving. Wait, last year you were in Dallas. How long have you been dating him? 2
Over
years?
a year.
Over a year.
Yeah,
Okay.
just over a year.
Just over a year. That's it.
No, I
Yeah,
know.
it feels like long.
Was that one of the first
It
ones
is.
when I saw you guys at the bar that one night?
Yeah. Like
Mm.
it was just starting to date when playoffs last year for football.
Okay.
When I cried because Kansas City Chiefs
Again, beat the Buffalo Bills. Yeah. Yeah. There's been a lot of.
0-4.
Yeah. God.
Ugh.
Well, are we now against Kansas City in the playoffs? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
0-4. Wow.
Beat them in the regular season, but not
Yeah.
in
Not when it matters the most. Not when it matters the most.
Beat them in the regular season is like absorbing a twin.
So what's going to happen? So where does this relationship go?
Dun, dun,
I don't.
dun,
I
dun.
think we're pretty together. I never want to get married again. He moved in, so yeah, he lives.
That
with
was a
me.
while ago.
He
Wait,
moved
he does?
in
That was before the
in-
party.
He moved in September.
Okay.
He still owns his house, just in case. But
Just in case.
well, you never know.
Bitches be crazy
What if-
sometimes.
what if-
Just in
What if
case.
he really fucks up?
A safety net.
But he rents it out.
Okay. Where's this house?
He lives in the city
Okay.
because he's a city employee. He has
Gotcha.
to maintain city residency.
Okay. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he knows I never want to get married again.
Why?
I did it.
Yeah.
I was very in love with my ex-husband when I married him,
Okay.
but people change.
Sure.
So I
You
just-
changed.
I did.
No, I mean, I don't know.
I did.
Well, let me
Without
without
we're growing a twin inside you.
that's different DNA. She could commit a crime potentially.
Oh my God. That's it. Right away. Joe was like, you could kill someone.
You could, if we could get your
Watch out, Kevin.
twins' DNA
Don't threaten me with a good time.
on some kind of registry, and then that would be amazing. Well, why do you say no to marriage again? Because you're already pretty much
Married.
playing married,
Yeah.
right?
And I'm content with that.
Okay.
And he's known that I don't really want to get married again. I truly believe we'll stay together, but what if he changes in the future? I just don't want to go through like the whole divorce thing again.
gotcha.
And I truly believe that people change and you can grow. And I hope that we grow together, like me and my ex, like
Yeah.
that we continue to want to do the same things. Like,
Well, what if that doesn't happen? Would you work at it a little harder?
I'd work at it, but like I have also told him, like, if you were ever unhappy, I wouldn't want you to stay with me. Like,
Yeah.
I want you to be happy. So as much as you make me happy, I want to make you happy too.
Right.
But if
Have you
either
guys
of us
ever had
aren't
any
happy-
fights at all?
Yeah.
No, I mean, just I don't know what they.
Yeah,
would
no,
be.
we've had arguments. He's got like this asshole voice sometimes, and he knows it. He gets a tone. He gets a tone, and he's a big dude, so it's like scary. Like when
Is it
he,
what
like-
he's drinking? Because you got to give half credit for
We've
drinking.
had, yeah. I mean, it's not like big fights. He has gotten like upset with me about things because he thinks that I don't know.
Yeah, I know what he thinks.
No, no.
Thinks you're going to Turning Stone.
No.
Not that you're going to Turning Stone, but
Del
That-
Lago, maybe.
no, but
It's a
that's
shorter
like,
drive.
you're very friendly.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I-
nothing ever about that. But like, he wants to be with me, and there's times where like
You just want to be alone.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like my privacy. I like
Yeah.
having like my alone time
Sure.
to do what I want to do.
I started
So-
thinking about exactly that
Mhm.
because somebody said something to me about different people, and I'm like, and I was getting ready. I go, I don't think I could. I don't know if I would fit in with somebody again in like
Yeah.
a common space.
Well, that's what
I like just. It's been awesome.
him
Took me a
working
while, but-
nights is nice sometimes because it's like on the nights that I don't have my kids, like I can do what I want. I can go to a yoga class at 7 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
I can come here. I
Yeah.
can go.
But why couldn't you do that if you were together? Limited time together.
I guess I would feel like, oh, do you expect me to like cook dinner for you, or do you like those roles that I don't want
Jeez.
part of?
I have so low. I mean, I got low expectations.
Toss
my
me-
expectations
love
are gonna
toss
go
me-
low.
Toss me a Guinness every 45
Yeah.
minutes.
I love when he randomly has like a night off. Like last night he did. So him and the boys for the Lunar New Year thing, we went to hibachi last night.
Okay.
But I don't know if it was every night. Like I like to do my own thing too. I sometimes like to curl up in bed by 8 o'clock and read a book. Like
Yeah,
so
that's all right.
yeah. I feel guilty if he's downstairs watching TV.
Why? Well, see that's
know.
the thing is like I go I'm figuring out. I believe in life. The purpose is for you to be happy
Mm-hmm.
because when you're content and happy, everything around you is as well.
Yeah.
And then you kind of carry that energy forth. And so that's cool. But when we do these little guilt things, it doesn't mean anything that you're reading a book. It
No.
doesn't mean anything that he's watching TV. If you were married and had been married for a while, that would probably be commonplace.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I said my ex-husband wanted to just sit on the couch and watch reruns of Impractical Jokers and Seinfeld every night, and I just could not stand that.
Yeah.
Like it was
Right.
boring. to me.
After a while. Sure. Well, you'd rather do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
I get that. I
So you're not coming to the comedy club with us when Murr comes in town?
No, I'll come. When is it?
I don't know.
We'll take a moment. Speaking of divorces, I will run this by you. Somebody's getting divorced, but I think there was a warning sign ahead of time. What would be the one thing let's say everything's great about Joe. Everything's great about Joe. And then you find out he's into this hobby. What would be the hobby that may turn you off? Can you think of that?
Do you want me to guess right now?
No.
Okay.
You can think about that.
Okay.
And we will get to that right after this.
watch the children play. Smiling faces I can see, but not for me.
Do you know who that is?
No.
You don't even know the song.
I sit and
Oh, wow.
watch
It
as
sounds like
they
it's from like the
slip
50s.
Yeah, it was in the about 64,
Okay.
and it was written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards.
Holy shit.
Wow.
It's to think that they wrote a song
Yeah,
in 64 and they are still touring.
yeah. So this is Marianne Faithfull, who died today at 78. And Marianne Faithfull, her voice went from that to something absolutely cigarette stained like you wouldn't believe. Marianne Faithfull, she is the poster child for not living well,
Okay.
is what I would say. She came, I'm pretty sure her story was she was of Hungarian descent, but royalty. Like her mom was or dad was a baron or something like that.
Mhm.
And she was just, I don't know how she got on the pop scene in London. Like Bob Dylan came to town, she hung out with him all weekend long in 1965 when he did his first tour of London and stuff.
Yeah.
Marianne Faithfull then dated Mick Jagger. That ended in like 1970. She recorded a bunch of albums and stuff, but her voice got worse and worse. She became addicted to drugs. She was homeless for a while. All kinds of just
Winner.
Yeah, it goes from that voice to when she collaborated with Metallica doing the Memory Remains, and
Yeah.
it just sounds like she sounds like Wheeze.
Yeah, it's
Seriously.
unbelievable what she said. Yeah, but that it's crazy.
But she lived to 78.
But she lived to 78 years old. Now, she got sick with COVID, and that's kind of what did her in 2020.
Right.
And,
Oh, COVID's
and
still a thing?
well, complications from COVID is what they're attributing her
Yeah.
death to now. And yeah, a lot of people are getting COVID again.
I think it's
Yep.
fake.
Oh my
Do
God.
you?
It's never going to go away. It's just
No.
going to come back as different strains and names. And
This
Yeah.
is Marianne Faithfull.
At Amica Insurance.
Oh, I don't know why we get an Amica insurance. Oh, this is why I get Amica insurance. Here we go. Now watch this. Get ready.
sounds like butterflies and rainbows.
Maybe it's just an instrumental. Wait, let's see.
It's a better voice got than when people are singing.
Starry skies and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and
Yeah.
her eyes.
Yeah, that was Marianne
That's
Faithfull's.
mellowed
Like
to that
she walks in
tender
beauty
light
is the last.
Which heaven to gaudy
Okay.
day.
Yeah. So I don't
She
even think
sounds
she
like
was
a,
singing.
an old smoky British woman.
An old
sounds
smoky
like,
British
she sounds
woman.
like a voiceover person for like the Disney movies, like the
Mhm.
Fairy Princess
Yeah.
movies.
She so I don't know what I think she dated Keith Richards maybe for a minute too, but Marianne Faithfull, 78 years old. So not
Rest in peace.
yeah, exactly. Not the person you would think. You're
Marianne
not
Faithfull
supposed to
is just
live.
like such like a happy
Of course, it's like
name.
Mary Poppins. It's like yeah,
Yeah.
right there. All right, I asked you, Laura, what would turn you off if Joe was into it as a hobby?
And as we went to break, I said about 20 things.
Yes,
so
you did say that.
but my number one was I said Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay. So Joe checks all the boxes,
Mhm.
but Dungeons and Dragons pops up and you're out.
Yep, can't get into that
Yeah.
fantasy world shit.
I never. Yeah. Okay.
Like cosplay.
What if it's bedroom Dungeons and Dragons? Like if you roll the dice,
Sign
you
me
roll the
up.
sexy dice.
Sign you up.
Oh, yeah.
You got to dress in the old timey.
Mhm.
Kevin, is there anything for you? I was just thinking like a furry would be one.
Yeah, that would definitely be one.
Like if all of a sudden you found out they're a furry.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, into cosplay, anything
Yeah.
like that is like no.
Used to be a man.
well, a guy who
Into cross dressing.
hunts Bigfoot,
Fuck yeah.
57-year-old guy. His wife found out that he went with his ex on an expedition, and she thinks he banged her, so she wants a divorce. And this guy was out on disability and claiming injury because he slipped on ice and fell down some stairs. So he's been on disability. So when they go to court, she's like, yeah, but he can hunt and fish, and he goes on all these trips to find Bigfoot.
Her furry beaver is the only freaking hairy thing he found the entire trip.
I go, wouldn't that be your first warning if the guy's going on trips to see Like Bigfoot. I would think they're
Didn't
a liar.
we talk about that? That there's like a big Bigfoot
Well, there
weekend
is.
in like
Yes.
the Adirondacks
There
or
is.
something?
But I just think, like, I would say if I knew guys that were going, I don't know any guys
Yeah,
that hunt
I
Bigfoot.
would-
I don't know anybody like that.
It'd be a turn off.
It wouldn't it be a turn
It
off?
would be.
Got a
but-
divorce.
Yeah.
It led to a divorce for this guy. And I was
Well,
thinking,
I mean, okay, is it that he's hunting Bigfoot?
no, it said he
or is
slept
it
with
that
his
he's
ex.
fucking his ex? Yeah,
That's just it.
two things.
It's two different.
That's
It's two different things.
But then
but
she's gonna
I mean,
blow. Then she's gonna blow him into the state too. Or what? Don't
It's
you?
a
Oh, yeah,
double
she blew him
want
in
that
everywhere.
money?
Yeah.
yeah.
she blew him in everywhere. I did see, like to your point where you say you'll never get married again.
Mhm.
Divorce can get really expensive.
Yeah.
Did anybody see the dollar amount that Kevin Costner, now his ex-wife just got engaged, 1 year divorced, and she just got engaged to their former neighbor.
Okay.
Right?
So,
What does that tell you? What does that tell you?
I think he was delivering the milk to her
Yeah.
for quite some time
And I
before
guess
the divorce.
They were friends. This
What's
guy's a
that?
fine.
Popped up on my phone.
What is it?
Norwood missing
Oh,
wider.
that's
Right?
Oh
nice.
fuck!
But guess how much she gets a month in child support? Just take a guess, a number. Give me a number.
I'm gonna
From
go.
Costner?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go $28,000.
28,000.
240,000.
240
A
a month.
month.
Okay.
A month.
She was trying to get 175,000 a month.
What the
A
fuck?
month. A month. The judge cut that in half, and Kevin Costner pays $63,209. And I think that's just child support, but I don't know. She's a handbag designer, and so I would.
And he chases butterflies. Their budget for their house is 7.6 million.
the
House hunters.
three. Yes,
Yeah.
it's butterflies. They have 3 kids, and she didn't want the experience or the lifestyle they were used to drop when she came to visit.
Yeah.
When
I'm
the kids
sure.
come to visit, but $175,000
a month.
a month. A month. Now she didn't get that.
Yeah.
She got 63,000. There are people that don't make 63,000 in a year.
There's many people who do make $63,000 in a year. I don't even think that that's the median income.
Oh, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I
just
mean,
I go, oh my God, Christine Baumgartner is her name. Now, I think this is just child support. I don't know what the maintenance stuff would
yeah.
be, but I think if she gets remarried, that comes off the books.
Yes.
Yeah. So Kevin should absolutely.
Hire a better lawyer first. of
How
all.
old are their kids? Does it say?
I thought they were like 7, 9, and 10. Or
okay, so
like
he's
that.
got a long.
and he's
time.
70.
Yeah. What the?
He looks
fuck?
great.
I can't
She's
believe
50.
I don't know. I feel like he's sort of dried up in his acting. I'm surprised that. he can
Well,
even-
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
He did all the Yellowstone stuff.
Oh.
And then he just did a movie that was pretty good. I don't think it did anything at the box office, but I think if people watch it, they would like it. But I don't
Okay.
think it was a big draw.
But I mean, he did a lot of movies back in the
ridiculous.
90s and the 80s
Yeah.
that he probably had pieces of.
Well, they talk about like Nick Cannon having his 13 kids or whatever, and
right.
how much he pays in child support a month.
What would that be?
I have no idea.
I'm curious now.
Like because it's like 5 different baby mama that he's supporting. So it's just
Kevin
insane.
Costner loses a wife, a friend, and 63 grand a month.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, I'm with you, Laura.
Nick Cannon has said that he doesn't pay any monthly child support for any of his children.
Well, then he's got it. Yeah, that's weird. There's got to be something. He's
Does he
gotta pay
just-
But he
something.
spends more than $3 million annually on his children. So maybe
So
he doesn't.
maybe
Maybe
he
he doesn't
doesn't-
have it legally.
I bet each
binding.
of those moms has like a credit card and all the kids' expenses. He covers all the kids' expenses.
Oh, probably.
then.
I would
you
think.
know.
Yeah, I would think.
Maybe he doesn't consider it child support, but he gives each baby mama like an allowance, but he doesn't want to say child support.
Our favorite guy, Vinny, says that more BJs will change your voice the more you give. So Marianne Faithful maybe gave up.
Really?
That's what I don't. That's what he says.
Is this scientifically proven,
I don't know
Vinny?
that it's scientific.
It's in the elixir.
It is. It's in the patented
Oh.
2-ball elixir. That's the that's the big thing.
Now I feel like I want to Google that, but I'm afraid to Google that.
Why?
I don't know.
Does anybody ever look at your
Like,
phone? Who would
No,
look at
but
your
no,
phone
but
to
like,
know?
is it going to change my algorithm that it's like blowjobs?
No, we
like,
Yeah, because that's gonna change your algorithm. The things you talk about, the shit that Siri's heard you
just
say,
swallowing, changing your
Aye.
voice.
the shit that Siri and Alexa have heard you talk about, and that's gonna change the algorithm.
I don't know.
My dad was calling. I was. We had a caller a few minutes ago. I tried to call back out on the corporate phone. I
Yeah.
don't want to call from my phone. I'd rather do it from
Block
the
your
corporate.
phone number.
How do you block your? You can block your phone number when you call out.
Doesn't it
I
start
don't know.
6'7" or 6'9" or
I'm-
something like
I
that?
felt like we talked about this one time.
I don't even remember what it is. I have no idea. I don't know.
You're not. You can't call him from your number,
Well, I could, but it would. I don't want my number out there.
but from the corporate.
I tried.
Your
it
number
wouldn't
is
go.
on every toilet stall. in
Yes, I
Fairport.
know. I
We've made this
understand.
joke.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You know what, Laura?
Well, call back.
Laura's had
Call
Star 6'7", then the phone number, including
then-
area code.
and that'll do it for you.
That'll block the number,
Oh, really?
so it'll come in unavailable or unknown.
All right, let me try. Well, I wanted to tell Laura about because Jameson has a girlfriend, and she's from France.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where the
I knew
naked,
she
where the
had,
naked
he
ladies
had a
dance.
girlfriend.
Yes. So her parents are. They lived in Paris, and then they came over here. They were in Houston for a while. Now they're up in
Jesus, what kind of witness protection they get stuck into?
I bet they drink a lot of good wine. You should definitely befriend them.
They have a grand piano in their living room when I went over, and the father plays all the time and stuff. But so last night I come home
Ooh,
from
you
the
could have a dad off. You could
Oh.
do a couple dick jokes. He could play
Oh
some
my
songs on the
God.
piano and see who's funnier.
Okay, that's nice. I come home and Jameson is making crepes,
Love it.
right? And he's on the phone, and I go, "What is this?" He goes, "Taste this." Taste this. He was over at their house. The mom made them crepes, and he wanted the recipe, so she told him how to make them. And now he's home at making flour and egg and melting sugar and doing all this crap, making crepes. So there's all these crepes, right? And he seemed really happy and stuff. Goes to bed. I wake up this morning. There are no crepes. None. No crepes. It is unbelievable
How much he eats.
how much he eats, but like teenage guys, Kevin knows this, and you're going to find out. They grunt more than they actually articulate words. Is what
When
I
they
think.
stop crying.
Yeah. But they grunt more than they go, "How's your day?" Good, good. And then they'll decide to open up and really have a conversation with you, but it's midnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, or
Or
also,
it leads to, can we go to Chipotle?
yeah, or all of a sudden the door will open up in my bedroom and I'll be like, "Hey, Dad, I wanted to tell you about," and it's like I go, "It's 11:30."
You're mid-beat.
I'm
You like close the door.
I think one night I was. Oh, but wait till you see this, and the eating is non-stop. I mean, it is a clinic in there. You could have the fridge full and then it's empty. And I try to put like healthy stuff in there. That's not what gets eaten.
Yeah.
It's all the other stuff.
Lucas is 9, and the amount that kid can eat. Like last night, we went to hibachi. He ate his entire steak. He ate the rice. Like
Yeah.
he was eating shrimp. Like,
Where did you go? Umi?
No, Sogo. It's
Oh, I don't
in
know Sogo.
Webster.
Over there. Webster drama. That's where the Webster Webster
I live 5
house
Too
minutes
close
from
to the
it,
west
so it was
side.
close. But yeah, I mean, and then he'll get home and he'll be like, I need more food.
Yeah.
But
It's nonstop.
and he's pretty good healthy wise. Like he likes pretzels and yogurt and things like that. But
I go
Yeah,
through
that's it.
gallons of milk, but I don't drink. I don't even drink
yeah,
it.
Lucas doesn't drink milk.
Gallons of milk are gone, and cereal, all that crap. And then, like the other day, I wake up. It's 5 minutes to 6 in the morning.
Mhm.
I hear crunch. I go, "What are you doing?" Doritos. Doritos. I go, "Seriously, Doritos?"
Oh.
Yeah, Doritos.
Oh
Yep.
God.
And then I'm always like, he's very into like keeping himself groomed and nails clipped and all that stuff. But I'm like, I remember the other guys was always on them. You gotta
How does he
That's
do with the Doritos though? Is it all in the mouth or is there crumbs everywhere?
all in the mouth. very few crumbs. I think honestly, the person that makes the most crumbs is me.
You?
I think so in a lot of ways. I
Yeah.
think I do that more than anything. I'm just saying, wait, it's coming. Better get ready.
I can
Double that bill. By the way, Kevin, you've made a statement on this program before.
Uh-oh.
And I want to just let you know that you are allegedly wrong. I saw an article about Belichick's girlfriend, and in the article, it says Bill is currently in Nashville visiting the home of Jared Curtis, a quarterback from a Christian high school.
Oh, he is recruiting.
He's recruiting.
Well, I didn't say he doesn't recruit.
You said he'd go in and close the big
I
ones.
said he would close the big ones, which
Yeah.
is what he's doing.
Yeah.
He
So
he's not going to go to some offensive lineman's house.
state championship game in 2024. He won. He was there on Monday. He went to the Bulls Nuggets game with the GM of UNC, and so they were off and doing their thing. I don't know. Meanwhile, they're talking about his girlfriend, and she may be trying to be a Miss USA contestant. She's what? What are you laughing at? Because I'm dying. I was.
Imagine if she wins and she runs up and kisses him, and he like has a heart attack and kills over. That's my grandpa.
Okay. So I had to look at the comments to the article. And the article is about how she's hanging out with all these Miss. I didn't know there was a Miss New England, but she's going to be at the Miss USA pageant happening in Connecticut this year. She was with Miss North Carolina and something else. So people are wondering, is she trying to get in there? So I read the comments to the article, and I just have to read this one. See if you can defend it. You are easily fooled by photos and makeup. This young girl can pull ugly old dudes, but she would never be able to get a hot young guy her own age. She's terrible looking with that awkward jawline. At least she's smart enough to go after desperate old men.
Fuck off, keyboard warrior.
So then underneath that,
I want
somebody
to
goes,
know how ugly that person is.
somebody underneath that. I think she's attractive. I was like, holy crap. So, but that's a lot to write.
But like,
that's a lot.
To her jawline, like, come
Some other guy
on.
goes, her jawline. Oh, that jaw could pound through concrete.
Sorry, one of the last things I'm looking at is her jawline. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you might.
I mean,
depending on what goes in
I don't
there.
think she's like this sexy bombshell. She's a good-looking woman.
Yeah,
like,
I just thought, well,
I still think it's odd as hell to be dating someone who's that much older than you. Like, that's disgusting, in my opinion. But she's not.
did you have a cutoff?
Yeah, I said 52.
Yeah.
I had said I inverted numbers. I said any age from 25 to 52, and I pretty much did both ways. I dated a 25-year-old,
Yeah.
and I
She
think
conveniently kept you out of the numbers too.
What do you mean?
Aren't
Well,
you
I'm
53?
53 now. Yeah, I am.
and then I think the oldest.
What if you
I
met a guy
dated-
who was 55 and you really hit it off? Would you be able to do that?
I don't know. I
That's
guess,
like 20 years though.
yeah.
Isn't it?
No, I'm
No, it's
almost
15.
40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe, but not 62 like fucking Earl was.
Oh, I think Earl was 64. The
Oh,
black
he
don't
tried to
crack.
tell me he was 50.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Belichick though being a judge at like the Miss USA?
I feel like he'd buy her way in.
Well, we're on to Vermont.
we're,
Get off the
on
stage.
we're on to Vermont. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why the cutoff there? What was the?
I'm very active for my age, even.
Yeah.
So I guess I view older men
The older,
as maybe
the older
not,
you are, the closer your knees are to your balls.
maybe not as active,
Okay.
or
How dare you?
how would you?
You ageist. You fucking ageist.
Like, how many times? Like, I like to talk. I like to have conversations with people. Like, are we?
So you
even
think you're gonna get
be-
more of a conversation out of a 25-year-old than you are a 55-year-old?
Well, I wasn't into conversations with the 25-year-old, but I
Ooh.
mean,
Or wow.
but like,
Just
can
shut your mouth
can you have the
and
same?
bite that
Can
pillow.
you talk about like music or entertainment?
Well,
or
you
whatever?
can't. How could you with a
'cause
25-year-old?
55 saw
Could
all
you?
the good music.
Could you?
I had fun with them.
Yeah. Well, okay.
He was actually very fun. He came out, like he met all my friends a couple of times. And
What would be your tip for any woman dating younger? And you're going at least 10 years younger than you.
God,
Would there be any tips? Anything? Or what about a tip for a young guy not to do? What did the young guy do that maybe turned you off?
don't be like,
Don't get on your ears.
well, no.
How about bruh?
I would say no,
Bruh.
honestly, it was more like acting intimidated. I didn't like that. I didn't act when they like
You just
would
want
act
confidence.
intimidated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, oh my God, you're like, whoa, like situated in life or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Well, I mean, they're still eating ramen.
Yeah.
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 That's all right.
But I didn't like that. I'd be like, I don't
So you
know,
think
the
if you're gonna,
confidence.
have confidence.
Yeah.
that would be one.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be young and
It's okay to be young. I
Yeah.
mean, some of the I had fun with some of the younger
here's
guys.
to you,
like
Mrs. Robinson.
Like
Wow.
just yeah. But I don't know. The confidence was like
Yeah.
lacking in a lot of them.
Well, yeah, because they don't know anything.
Yeah. Like
Go ahead. Yes,
I
you have
know.
to. You started now, and you got your friend to
There
tell
was
something.
one
And she's all
time-
mad at us.
There was one time someone who I had talked to a couple of times came over to my house and like freaked out.
Why?
He
Because
was
you had a
like,
house.
yes.
Yeah.
And like literally thought that I was setting him up, that I was still married. Like my husband was really gone, like on vacation. I was like, no, this is my home.
Here
Like,
comes Chris Hansen out
I'm
of the other
in his
room.
house. Like, and he was like, I gotta go. Like,
Well, but can you understand that? Like you're.
I can, but it was just like, why are
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't have a 1-bedroom apartment
Yeah.
downtown. Like,
right.
you know.
Okay.
So
I'm DTF in all these rooms, boy.
All right, we'll take a moment. You have a game.
I do.
Lay it out. And I want to try to call this guy. His name is Aubrey Smalls. Aubrey Smalls is a dwarf, but
It's killing me. It's killing me, Smalls.
yeah, but wait, he talks about how people treat him, and it's interesting. It's interesting, and I wanted to see if we can get him on the podcast at some point. But we will play our game next. was cougar. Took me to her house and I touched her.
Isn't she lovely?
Oh.
Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious?
Somebody messaged in Lauren. They didn't call you Laura. They called you Lauren. Is so vanilla. I'm calling her Bean from now on.
I've never been called in my entire fucking life.
I don't know.
If any of my boys were a girl, they would have been a Lauren.
Really?
I really liked that.
Oh, the name, yeah.
Yep.
My dad wanted to call me Lori, and my mom wanted to call me Laura, and my parents split when I was born. So my dad, my entire life, called me Lori, and my mom always called me Laura.
Wow.
But then when my oldest niece was born, she called me Lola. So now everyone in my family calls me
So
Lola.
one twin was Laura and the other twin was Lori.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's right.
God, vanilla.
Named the tumor.
Vanilla.
I want to know who this person is.
I don't
if
know.
they think I'm
I
vanilla.
wondered like why. I don't know why you would be called vanilla.
I really have no idea.
Yeah.
Blonde hair.
It's okay.
I don't know.
Well, I'm
It's
just.
the only thing I could think of.
That's the only thing I can think too, because vanilla is usually a term, a sexual term, and it's for people
Boring.
lame.
who are just,
Yeah.
you know, like I don't know. I was about to spit out a name. Did you know the name? What? Write it down. Let's see if you got it. Write down the name. I don't want it. Don't hold it up to the camera.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
hmm
You think it's vanilla? Maybe not.
Oh, that person, very vanilla.
Really?
Basic white bitch.
I am like the fucking rainbow with sprinkles on top.
Wow.
That's okay.
Really?
Okay.
Come on, you guys know that.
I'm wondering where the line is.
I wonder who's deeper. This
Do you
one,
know
this
where
one
the-
or the other one?
What?
Our other friend.
Hang on. This is the
Steph?
Yeah.
this is the corporate phone. I'm gonna
I think
answer.
I'm crazier.
I don't know.
Hello.
Hey, Bill.
Yes.
Hey, was I supposed to call you back or were you going to call me back?
I tried calling you back from the corporate phone and it didn't work.
Okay.
So you just gave up?
No.
Okay.
So we're on the podcast though. Go ahead.
Oh, nice. Well, I just had some thought. Oh, I was going to say I had some thoughts, but I didn't know if that was trademarked or not.
Go ahead.
I just had some thoughts. Laura's there, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Laura's here.
She's starting to sound a little bit like a different Laura that used to be on the Wii show way back in the day. Remember Laura Korn?
Oh yes, I do. I do remember Laura.
So Laura can start. She might be able to write a book, 102 Nights of Great Sex.
Yeah, she had 101 nights of great sex.
Oh, I love that.
And she had good tips.
Was it with
there-
101 different people or just 101?
No, it was not 101 different people.
You
rip,
never
you
know.
rip out a page and you go with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
every night you would rip out a page, and it was 101 nights of great sex. And
Love
there was
this.
even there might be a move that I would still use today if I had somebody. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Which move is that? Let's hear this one.
Speaking of moves like that,
Yes.
I was just wondering if in was it Mississippi, if your significant other happens to be the one that's giving you a handy, do they get the ticket and the fine, or
Right, because in Mississippi they're trying to outlet. Right, we talked about the masturbation and
Mhm.
yeah, make it a male problem. I don't know.
Or what if you got a situation in Mississippi like where she can't get pregnant? I'm trying, but she can't do it.
Oh,
Oh,
I get fined for
that's
that?
right.
yeah. Well,
'Cause I'm not making a baby anytime soon.
put it in the right hole.
Gonna have to store it up.
Teabag, corner pocket.
All right. Anything else, sir?
yeah, the last thing I got is hey Kevin,
Yes.
keep my team's name out your mouth. You jinxed the Bills.
God.
That's true. That's true. He did. Thank you for calling. See you later. That's kind of funny.
102.
You
nights
can
of
call the
wild
show
sex.
anytime.
I love that.
You're right.
585-206-8866.
I mean,
101 nights of great sex. And there were things in there like she had tips for guys.
100%.
Should I give
We've
you
talked
one?
about how
What you
we
could-
would
what
give
you could
She
do-
Who Shall Not Be Named. I would love to sit down and give her sex tips.
Why don't you write? Why
Well,
don't you write 101 sex tips?
Well, there was
or
this,
however many you got.
this was tips for
69 text tips.
guys and for women. Like do
Yeah.
this to him,
Yeah.
do this to her.
Yeah.
And there was one. This
Go for it. Come
this
on.
is very gross. But like when you're foreplay, let's say you start to fingers go down there.
Yeah.
All right. So instead of just the finger, take your fingers and cross them like this, and then rotate them as you go.
Isn't that an old Ralphie May bit?
I don't know, but
I'll
that
try
was
and
a
give you
Lauren
some
Corn. I'm
feedback.
telling you, huh?
I said I'll try that and give you some feedback. Are you listening, Joe?
I don't want to. I don't want the feedback. But Laura, see, I wouldn't think vanilla, but I wonder, do you know where your line is? Have you ever been asked to do something that you were like, absolutely not? And I think the answer to that is probably no, because I think most people are pretty vanilla.
Yeah.
I don't think most people get really outside, or too wild.
Yeah. I don't think so. Even Joe the other night was like, I don't think I'm like wild enough or adventurous enough sexually for you. I was like, we've got plenty of time to get there.
Wow. He said that to you?
Yeah.
The hell are you into?
No, he's just more mild and like, it's like in bed, missionary style more often than not. And I'm just like,
Why you got to put the kid on blast like that? It was
I
his
love
fucking
him.
birthday yesterday.
I mean, it was great. We have great sex.
It was his
I
goddamn
wonder if
birthday
he's-
yesterday.
But like, I'm like,
Laura wants to be bent over, spanked, hair pulled.
yeah, he knows that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, so that has to happen from time to time.
It does. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
well.
But no, like he got home for his birthday. I was in there in lingerie. I was like, where you want to go? He's like, can we just go up to bed?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Man.
Go ahead. You got to comment.
Oh, I would have been right on the kitchen table. I
Yeah,
would've-
that's what I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, he did say, let's go outside in the kids' playhouse in the snow.
In
but
the
I was
snow?
like, Joe, it's too cold.
No.
It's too cold.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Like I would try it if I was like bundled up, but not like naked.
Okay.
doesn't really work that way.
All right.
Well,
Kevin-
you can just like pull down your pants.
Kevin's got a game. Your music is still playing here.
Yeah, then I
Sorry.
gotta go get my children.
All right, we're gonna do the game, and then Laura's gonna go get her children. Theme that tune, which you can play along and see how you do in our game. Oh, this is vanilla.
Sure.
See, now I don't know any of this crap.
You will.
That's why I couldn't.
I don't need
Oh.
to fall at your feet just cause you cut me to the bone. And I won't miss the way that you kiss me. We were never
See, I can sing along with it, but I don't know
Come
it.
on.
I got it.
She'll get yelled
I
at.
don't listen to the talk of the town.
Come on.
Oh.
Oh, God damn it. There's no way Laura gets this one. Not a fucking chance.
Oh. No, let it play for a minute.
Not a chance.
No, let go, let go.
Not a chance.
Song is one of my favorite lines of all time.
No way.
It's a crystal clear gravy song.
I know it, but I cannot think of the name.
I ain't saying anything. Hurry up, Vanella's got to get her kids.
Woo!
No, that's not the right song, but.
Who's to say What's impossible, but they forgot.
I've seen this movie so many times.
This
It's
world
Tyler's
keeps
favorite.
spinning with each new day. Written in these walls are the stories that I can't explain. I leave my heart open, but it stays right here empty for days. She told me in the morning she don't feel the same. Woman on the radio talks about revolution, but it's already passing by. Bob Dylan didn't have this to sing about. You know it feels good to be.
I am blowing this game. Like, my name's Laura. Vanilla.
And I'm in the kids' playhouse.
Damn it, I know this one too.
See myself in the pouring home.
I don't think I know this.
I know
Come
it.
over, no. I see myself
one
in the
second here.
pouring rain. I watch hope come over me.
I get the same old dream, same time every night. Fall to the ground and I wake up.
Perfect.
So I get out of bed, put on my shoes and in my head, thoughts of that to the breakup. These four walls are closing in. They got the things you put me in. Since you've been gone, since you've been gone,
Can you go back and just play
my
three?
head can't take it.
Sorry.
Could I be wrong? Since you've been gone.
I tip my hat to all the single parents and say that. I got one. I can't imagine trying to jostle more than one.
Do you have this one or no?
No, I don't. I lost. Okay. What's this one? The top again?
Back to the top.
All right. I said this was FYC.
It is not.
Fine Young
It
Cannibals.
is not Fine Young
Fuck!
Cannibals.
It's King of Wishful Thinking.
Oh!
It is King of Wishful Thinking.
But
Yes.
I wrote Phil Collins, but I don't
No,
think it's him.
it's not.
I can think of the video.
Oh, God.
Go West.
Go West.
Go West. King
All
of
right.
Wishful
Go
Thinking.
West. Yes.
Way to go. Laura's up. Go ahead, Laura.
Turn down for what? Lil Jon?
Got
Oh!
it. Yes. Oh, wait. I only wrote for what? Now.
God, Bill
I know
Schooler.
it, but
Van Halen right now.
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Okay. Do you know this one, Laura?
It's Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson.
It's from the Curious George movie.
I wrote Banana Pancakes. I don't know.
No, that's not. That's a different song.
You know the
than
song,
this.
right?
Yeah.
It's Upside
I wrote
Down.
Upside. Oh.
And then after this, I just went right in the shitter. I don't think I got one.
One Direction, Story of Us.
Oh.
Story of my life.
Oh.
God, come on. That's
I
close
wrote
enough.
down
Nothing.
names of the guys in One Direction, but I didn't write One Direction, so I got nothing there. Okay. I thought this was right now too, but
I wrote right here, right now.
right
you
here,
too.
yeah, right here.
It is right here, right now.
It's not.
Is
it's
it
not
Bono?
YouTube.
It is not you two.
Oh.
I don't know.
Jesus Jones.
Jones. Jesus Jones. I thought you were going to say Jesus and Mary Jane.
I have the artist. I'm not sure on the name.
What do you got?
Moby and Gwen Stefani.
Correct.
Whoa!
It is Moby featuring
Wow.
Gwen Stefani.
I wrote East Side,
Close. It's South Side.
South Side.
Give her to the. I have 6 points.
You might be able to get the theme, though. She has no clue on this one. Actually, she got it because you were so long, she got to the hook.
What is it?
I wrote Since You've Been Gone.
Yeah.
It is.
And then I wrote Chicago.
No, not Chicago.
I don't know who this is.
It's Head East.
Oh, Head East. Oh, God. Okay.
So it's songs about directions.
It is.
All right. You crushed it.
Songs with direction and the title or band name.
Yeah.
Go West.
Winner!
Turn down for what? Right now. Upside down. One Direction. South Side.
Look at
Right
Laura
here, right now. And
crushing it.
Head
Out of
East.
nowhere.
It's because it's still early enough in the day that my mind is there.
All right,
Like when we
okay.
normally record.
I like it when you're. I like it when you're more blonde.
Less vanilla, more blonde.
No, more vanilla, more blonde.
I don't think there's ever been a more vanilla time for her.
All right. Well, Laura, I'm so happy you came in.
I know it worked out.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
And good for Joe.
Maybe not.
What do you mean?
Vanilla. I think Joe might be the vanilla one.
Oh, Joe's vanilla. Oh,
Yeah.
he would admit that.
Yeah, but she's gonna bring it
Is
out.
he is he lactose and sugar free vanilla?
No, he's not.
He's gluten free though. All right, we'll take a moment. Laura's got to go get her kids, and I want to talk about the Aubrey Smalls. What happened to him when he was at a TJ Maxx? We'll get to that right after this.
Did they ask him?
I'm vanilla, baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby. She 28, telling me I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit like Skillet, baby.
Yeah, she probably said that she's still a baby. She really opens up. I almost get uncomfortable listening to some of it because I go, I know people that, you know what I mean? I don't know.
More power to her.
100% more power to her. That's the way we should all live. We should all live. But sometimes I think people blame me when people open up. They're like, well, you encourage you, dude.
Well, we got live every day like it's your birthday, and apparently live every day like you want to be whipped and chained in the bedroom.
I don't like no whips and chains. You can't tie me down.
Whip your loving on me, baby.
Whip your loving on me.
I'm vanilla, baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby. She 28, telling me I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit.
When I ask where's the line, I think everybody's got a line at some point. I don't know. And I'm curious as to what, I don't know what the line would be.
Where's your line?
I'm not sure if I know exactly. And I think that the line is it's changing from time to time. Depends on the mood, right?
How many Guinness you put back?
Well, I mean, I think it depends on your mood of stuff. And people, sometimes you could be like, yeah. One person could do something, you could be totally turned on. Somebody else could do the same thing, you'd be like, no, that just doesn't work.
Huh?
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I even remember a day somebody going, hey, baby. And I was like, ugh, I'm out. That's all it took. It was like, nope. And it was the voice, everything was just like, nope.
It went from sweet 60s Marianne Faithfull to sweet 90s
It wasn't hey, baby.
Bend over.
No, it wasn't. I don't know. It was weird. It was like, I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I don't even know. So when you say, where's the line? I guess it depends on the person that you would be with as to where the line would be.
Okay.
And I which sounds like maybe a non-answer answer, but kind of the answer. A tragic day today. I think it was one of the first. I don't know that we've had.
You're talking about the plane crash?
Yeah,
it's the first one since Buffalo.
16 years?
Since it was.
Was that 16 years ago?
It was when Tyler was born. Yeah, because Carrie, we brought
2009.
Tyler home from the hospital, and she stayed up all night watching it.
Yeah, unreal. And that was what I believe to be inexperienced pilot.
Yes,
in Buffalo. Tragic. This one though, Danny had sent me some stuff, and he has a friend who's a pilot.
This one was due to diversity and inclusion. That's
President Trump does have this to say, and he was on Truth Social, and he said that it was a clear night. There's no excuse for this. I can't disagree with that. I don't know. Like, we could say it was a clear night here. I don't know what it was like in DC, but he's saying it was a clear night, and I would say that that's it. And it was on a routine flight, coming in. The poor guy that got the text from his wife saying, I'm landing in 20 minutes. We're 20 minutes out from the airport.
Got down a little quicker than 20.
And then, so two sources, according to what Danny sent me, this is on X, two sources confirmed to CBS News. The one air traffic control worker was managing the helicopters and planes, a job normally done by two people when an American Airlines plane collided. And Danny's friend, who's a pilot, says that's like blaming a traffic cop for you smashing into the side of another car because you didn't see them while the traffic cop is pointing them out to you.
And I feel like the helicopter's got a lot more maneuverability than an airplane.
This guy says
and
right
I feel
here.
like you could get the hell out of the way.
This says right here, the helo had the responsibility to see and avoid. And I know that there's been some of the tower air traffic tapes that are out already. And I think there's like yelling, like, get out of the path or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this seemed like a street flight from Kansas City. Whatever it is, it's awful. It's sad. I'm sure there'll be some conspiracy now.
Well, they've already got the one story out. People had it that one of the figure skaters didn't get on the plane because he was bringing his dog, and his dog was too heavy. So he skipped the flight because his dog was too heavy for the flight.
Yeah.
One of those little American Eagle jumpers.
Yeah.
And he didn't get on the flight. And
wow. And then the guilt you must walk around with. You know what I'm saying?
Is it guilt or is it relief?
I don't know. I would think that there's got to be survivor guilt there a little bit, especially if you're close with anybody who's training for a sport like that. You spend a lot of time together,
right?
And you're in the rink together, and you're probably shooting the shit, and you got similar lifestyles, and you're going for the same goal or whatever. Hey, I would think you hear about survivor's guilt. That's what I would think it would be, but yeah, I don't know.
But could you imagine just not making that flight or being late or just like the dog, and then it goes and you find out 2 hours later?
Well, that was Seth MacFarlane with 9/11.
I didn't hear this story.
Seth MacFarlane is notorious for being late all the time, and he was in Boston, I think, speaking at a college, and he was supposed to fly back to LA, and he missed the flight. And it was one of the planes that went into the tower.
Wow.
Or maybe in the one that landed in I don't remember. But so the thing is there, because people go to him, man, somebody was looking. He goes, I was just late that day. I'm always late. I don't think I'm anything special. I don't think I was saved by divine intervention. I don't think anything. And it would be almost like if you are the person, how you would... Everybody's going to say to you, like, oh, my God, God was looking out for you that day. Well, what makes God look out for me and not that? I would feel awful. I would hate having people say that to me. And I guarantee the guy with the dog has that said.
Oh, absolutely.
Or someone was looking out for you that day. Oh, well, why weren't they looking out for the other people? Because if they love everybody, it doesn't make any sense. We can't wrap our head around it. And that's tragic. And I can't imagine what that guy's going through, honestly. Right. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that is some effed
I had
up
heard
stuff.
that, and I just saw confirmation of it.
But I'm sure there'll be a full investigation, and then into the Potomac. And I think years ago there was a crash in the Potomac. I think Howard Stern, back in the 80s, called the airport to get a flight from the airport to the Potomac or whatever it was.
Jesus,
I think he was in DC at the time. I remember reading about that or hearing about that as a thing. I saw this article. I want to try to call this guy. I hope you don't mind. I don't know that it's going to work calling this person. I'm doing it sort of blind.
Hopefully he can reach the phone.
But the guy's name is Aubrey Smalls. He was born with dwarfism, and he talks about what people and how they react to him in person and stuff. I think he's 27 years old. It says here. Let me see. Okay. I think he lives in Arizona. Let me see if I can get this guy. Let's see if we can get him. He's got a documentary on it. I'd love to talk to him about his documentary.
If he answers the phone, sound like the lollipop kid, I'm going to lose it.
Good afternoon.
Hi, I was looking for Aubrey Smalls.
May I please ask who's calling?
My name is Bill Moran, and I read about him in People Magazine. We were on a podcast. I just wanted to talk to him because I think his documentary sounds really interesting, and his whole story in People sounded very interesting.
Okay. He's not here right now, Mr. Moran. Can I take your number down?
You can. Well,
just edit it out.
No, I can't because we're live.
Oh.
I don't want to spit out my number right now because we're live on the internet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
See.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Do you have a, can I get an email?
Again, if you're live, I'm certainly not going to give his email out live,
yeah, that's
sir.
true. That's true too. That makes no sense. I'll call back.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right. I appreciate your patience with me. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Moran. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye. All right. So I don't know what that number I called, but somebody looked it up for me and gave me that number. Aubrey claims, okay, he's a filmmaker from Louisiana, and he claims people just feel like they can touch us. And he said that he was taking a photo of a suitcase at a TJ Maxx. I don't know why.
See if you can fit in it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe to send it to somebody going, hey, will this match? Is this a good gift? I have no idea why he would. Will I fit in it? And he said all of a sudden his camera's moving and his feet were lifting off the ground and the sound of giggling behind him. He said in that moment, he said he assumed it must have been some friends he hadn't seen in a while playing a prank on him, but he turned around and he was shocked to see two strangers picking him up. Now, I can't imagine.
I'd punch a motherfucker in the kneecap.
I cannot imagine being that brazen and insulting. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I guess if people were drunk, but a TJ Maxx in the middle of a day,
Laker wasted at Max, baby. Let's go.
He said people just feel like they can touch us, and that goes on such a wide spectrum. He said, I've experienced it all, unfortunately, from people patting you on the head to being picked up or even assaulted and touched inappropriately because they think of you in a way that I can't quite understand. So they're trying to probably touch his junk. Hey, you got normal sized junk, or is that got
a tripod?
He's working on but he's working on a documentary, and it's supposed to be like a bit of a comedy one as well. There have been people with dwarfism, he says, who have been paralyzed, seriously injured, or even passed away because someone recklessly picked them up and manhandled them.
You throwing them?
I don't. Go along.
Dwarf dart throwing?
I don't know. I just think it's really important to mix education with things like this. I can't tell you how many times a week I see a video with millions of likes that's just about that, like somebody making fun of a little person or doing something to a little person. He thought it was somebody playing a prank. I think it says here, after the incident, he went to TikTok to share what had happened, and the video went viral. Reading through the comments, he says it was uplifting to see the TikTok community behind him and acknowledge that it wasn't okay what had happened that
But
day.
for every, I would love to know from him after every uplifting comment.
Yeah.
How many Bill and Kevin dick comments were there? Because you know those were there too.
Yeah, but I couldn't make a dick comment.
Yes, you could.
No, I could.
I've been out with you. You can.
No, I know, but I would feel bad about it.
No, you would.
Yes, I would.
You are so full of shit.
I would. He said things people will say to him when they put him down. It's all good. Like they're letting you off the hook, you know, like you did something wrong. Yeah, like you did something wrong. He's like, hello. And I thought it said somewhere that he was working on a documentary that was supposed to be about people that were, well, anyway, I just can't imagine just walking up to somebody and picking them up thinking like, this is the thing.
No, because you wouldn't do it with a baby or a kid. You wouldn't just go pick up somebody's random kid.
No.
Why would you go pick up Mini-Me?
No, I wouldn't at all. But you think it's like funny. What if but could you see, frat guys on a dare? Like, let's say they had a scavenger hunt and
I can see you on a dare.
I'd give him a shoulder piggyback ride.
You would pick him up and start holding him like you're like an infant baby. Do you want your baba? Here's your baba.
I couldn't do that. I would love to talk to Aubrey, and I'd love to help him sell that documentary because it's about people.
Oh, call back, give him your number.
I will. See, it's a bad show today. I'm all over the place.
I blame Laura.
I'm all distracted. I'm all discombobulated. What's happening in the world of hockey this weekend for you? Like, this is the thing that amazes me about you. The amount of running and stuff for your kid. Like, just today.
That's what you said earlier, work-life balance.
Well, there is
I go to work, so I have some balance.
Well, I really think, like, going to work, you probably you got to get away from it for a little while. You know, and then where for Laura, when she's running her own business and stuff, I could see where you'd want to be able to just sit down and read a book and not have to be, catering to somebody or showing up in lingerie for their birthday.
And then being told, let's go outside.
Let's go outside. Why would you even suggest that? I don't get it. Yeah, the work-life balance stuff is like, it's... I think nearly impossible.
I think work-life balance is a made-up phrase. There's no such thing. There's no such thing.
Not anymore when you've got 24/7 email and stuff. I mean, I got to think. You work for a corporation. Have you gotten emails that you're answering on a weekend or anything
Absolutely
like that?
not.
You won't. You won't do it.
I will not do it.
How are you able to kind of do that?
Because I know how to do my job and I get it done when I have to.
Well, see, the thing is,
I just shut it down when I don't have to.
Because I am surprised.
I'm not a manager, so I don't have to give a shit.
Right. But I know people who get emails on the weekend or feel like you're connected. You got your phone in your hand, and then the guilt sets in, and you feel
I don't even have my work email on my phone.
Oh, see, that's pretty smart. But I could see where you would have
the only work calls I get on the weekend are from somebody named Bill Moran when I'm sitting in a bar trying to drink on a weekend when I'm not in town.
But here's I'd like to think I don't do that, but I do that.
You did it last weekend.
I call you, but I just say, hey, what's going on?
I'm just busting your balls.
But I don't want to make it
You were
bad.
bored. Jameson was out with his friends. You had nothing to do.
Yeah, I had nothing going
on. I need
on.
to call somebody. I need a friend.
But I think prioritizing where you are in the moment is probably the best, and taking care of your mental health is really important. And I think that we hear a lot, although I don't know, that it's hard to find good people. And I would think if you had good people, you wouldn't want to push them out.
The problem is that they want good people, but then they start getting into petty bullshit. Like, oh, you have to do this.
Yeah.
You have to do this. We want you here instead of there. And what's the difference? If I get my shit done over here or I get my shit done over here, what's the difference? As long as the shit's getting done and it's done correctly and it's done on time,
it doesn't matter.
Why does it matter?
Well,
that's what
I always think that's like a seasoned person.
You're pushing people out like that. That's why you're pushing people out.
Because I see things like, I read somewhere, like a modern approach, they say, prioritizes fulfillment, mental health, and purpose alongside professional ambition. And I go, sure, you read that and people go, oh, Gen Z, millennials. I don't think so. I think that's the older people who have been through the ranks, missed kids' games and birthdays and shit like that, and go, it's not fucking worth it. That's the only thing I can think of. But the work-life balance, especially nowadays, I think it's nearly impossible if it exists at all. And in certain areas. No, it doesn't. That's why you got to love what you do and just kind of, roll with it. And
or
do it all
just
the time.
like eating and having the heat on.
Yeah, well, that's true too. That's always true too. That's what I like, eating and having the heat on. I don't know about you. All right, for Kevin Muir, gave up with another man. I got to say, Laura, I almost called her shit meat. Laura crushed it today.
Well, you didn't pay attention to half the stuff, so
no, I wouldn't have got it anyway. I was trying to deal with Jameson in an Uber and basketball games and all that stuff. For Kevin for coming in early on a Thursday, call it a Friday. No, Friday's a bad Friday. For Laura, I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you on Monday.
See, they were looking for a Cadillac with Tennessee plates.